What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the PG Sports Podcast. Our special guest today is Ryan Sherman, BC alum, business owner. We're going to chop it up. Am I looking at?
You look great, man. Way better than before.
All right, good. We just got to play this first.
Yo, that's funny.
Just set it up. Yo, what were your expectations going into the I don't even know what you guys called it. This, I guess it was like a March Madness style tournament.
Oh, the Jackson Lions thing that we just did. I know I have a pretty good following with the gym, so I knew I had a chance. But there's a couple guys on here actually. Bobby Wynn, what's up, man? That was like the closest match ever. But I had people like yourself campaigning for me, so I appreciate that. A lot of family were helping out, so I knew I had a chance, but a lot of good players there. I can't hear you, Paul. Sorry.
What was the closest one?
The closest one, I think the closest one was Bobby Wynn, which is on here now. I think that was like a 2-vote victory. So it could have went either way there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yo, what's up, Kenny?
Luckily, we were in quarantine. I don't know if you would have pulled it off. We were in quarantine.
No, you know what the funny thing about it is people got super hyped because there was nothing else to do. People were like, I had people messaging me that I haven't talked to in like years that are like, "Oh, I'm telling all my friends." So
exactly.
It gave the people something to do.
Felt like a sporting event.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
Yeah,
but,
so
the whole purpose behind that was just to get good exposure for the club, and that I think that's what we achieved. So it was good.
Yeah, and aren't you a sponsor for the club too?
Yeah, I'm a sponsor. We I help outfit some of the teams and stuff like that. Donate when I can, so it's good.
So tell me a little bit about your business and when did you start it?
Yeah, so basically my story is I got out of college. I was still trying to play pro soccer, stuff like that. I had some injuries, and I started doing CrossFit. My friend begged me to do CrossFit for like 6 months, and I told him like, no, there's no way I'll ever do that. I always thought myself to be super fit. So when I got to my first class, I was like very humbled by it, like my lack of fitness in certain areas. So kind of fell in love with it, became a coach. One of the owners of that gym, it was CrossFit Shrewsbury at the time, gave me an opportunity to buy in. So I was like a 50% shareholder, became an owner. At the same time, I was studying to go to law school. That was like a dream of mine, was be a sports agent. I had like a bunch of friends playing pro that, a bunch of them. We talked about it before. And then I just grew that business to, a point I was comfortable with, and I ended up selling that one. And then I opened up Ocean CrossFit. We recently just rebranded to Ocean Athletics just to be a little bit more of a broad range of stuff that we do. I don't want to be just a CrossFit gym because there is like a bad stigma and misconception with it. So here I am, Ocean Athletics. That's
I guess.
it, man.
Wait, so when did you exactly change the name?
So we rebranded this past June.
Okay.
So
have you seen
a year ago?
So all right. So have you seen an increase in just like other people that were not looking for just like a CrossFit specific gym?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely open. Like, especially like my friends, like, it's funny. Like we'll go out, we'll have, I'll have friends over. It's always convincing them to try it. But now with the name change, it's like, it's less intimidating. So definitely see like a lot more, and especially like women and, like we have kids that come in now, and, the CrossFit name scares like parents. It scares people to like, they think they're going to get hurt. But the Ocean Athletics has definitely opened.
I think CrossFit has a little extreme feel to it.
Yeah, it does. And the thing is, like, people don't realize, like, you can call anything, CrossFit. If I gave you, if somebody was just going to do a workout with a jump rope, like, that could technically be a cross. It's just a brand, and the problem is with CrossFit gyms, a lot of people can get their certification pretty easily. So people that don't know what they're doing are training these athletes or these people, and they don't, they get hurt there, so it gives the good gyms, a bad rap.
I got you. PD Beats already got a question for you. What are some challenges you could face with a brand name change?
I mean, a challenge that
And new merch.
What's up?
You got to get new merch, right?
Yeah, it's all the thing is, that was a problem, because our people, our members love our stuff, so everybody gets fully outfitted with our gear, changing all the new merch, just, rebranding, new website, and kind of just getting like everybody on the same page with like understanding why the change, why it's a positive, why, because some people love Ocean CrossFit. Like, we're still Ocean CrossFit, just that's Ocean Athletics is like the umbrella, and everything's underneath it now. So just kind of convincing the people that like it's a positive change, and and the reason behind that is just we want to be a broader range and a more holistic approach to fitness and health.
Yeah, definitely. And how has like Corona affected your business?
I mean, we're completely shut down. The good thing about Ocean Athletics is just like, and a lot of these good gyms in the area in the country, is that their membership base is like a really good, they're really good to, it's a community, like these people that join my gym, they like really care about their fitness. So like when we shut down, I had members reach out and say like, listen, like if anybody drops a membership, I'll pay their membership. So I have like probably 60% of people still paying, and at some level there, just to help me, get through this. But we're shut down. We're just getting loans now, which is crazy. It's like 6 to 8 weeks after the fact. So
yeah,
we're surviving, but it's not by much. Like we're doing enough just to pay our bills, and it's because of our members. So it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. You always got to build up the community. It's obviously crazy with all these loans because there's always stipulations and everything. What about? Yeah, I saw you've been doing the online workouts and stuff. So how have you transitioned to do that?
Yeah, so the online workouts are good. I think it's more like the motivation. So like we do Zoom classes. We offer 3 to 4 classes a day. We got one in the morning, one in the middle of the day, one at night, and then we do like a specialty class. They've been popular, but it's like, it depends, man. It's like, if it's really nice out, like people are out riding their bikes and they're getting out of the house. But it's been good though, because it's different, and teaching from a screen, like it's you don't get like that face-to-face interaction. So you don't know like, all right, like, is this my time to motivate the person? Is this my time to like, it's tough, but it's working, and it's definitely helping people, stay fit and keep doing what they're doing and try to keep as much, normal as possible here.
Yeah. Do you think like after all this, you think it's something you're going to keep, like the virtual? Because like say somebody goes on vacation or something like that, or like maybe even they move and they're like they like you so much they want to still train with you.
Well, that's the coolest thing about this whole thing is like, I have like, we do these classes. So we had a class where we had somebody from Colombia, somebody from Russia, somebody from Portugal, all training in the same class. So that was like really cool, a cool aspect. And I think that really is going to open up like my eyes to maybe offering, like a virtual class, especially like my members, my members will go on vacation. They're like, oh, what am I going to miss? Can you send me the programming for, X, Y, all these days? I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I'll send you, so if I can go live like this, definitely help them. But the thing about Ocean Athletics and my gym and what I do is people like being in the gym. It's like I created an atmosphere where it's almost like a college or high school, session. It's not like people don't dread coming to the gym. A lot of people, they think about like fitness and, they go to these other gyms and they dread it. They get on a treadmill and they run for, 20 minutes and they're over it. When you come to me, it's like, all right, this is a training session. We come in, you're allowed to laugh, you're allowed to break, you're allowed to, interact with people. So it's different,
Yeah. And do you, I think you told me last night that you were training some soccer kids.
Yeah. So I've trained, this kid, Bo Bradley. He's currently at UVA. They just lost in the men's final, and shootouts, NCAA final there. I train Tanasi Shite. He just signed for a club in Argentina. He was a freshman at Rutgers 2 years ago. He left to pursue a professional career. And then I trained this kid Anderson. Anderson was like a product of the Philadelphia Union Academy, and now he's overseas in Scotland training with the Rangers, which is pretty awesome. So
yeah, do you help them like with soccer skills too? Do they ever ask you?
you know what they spend so much time on the fields. Like to warm up. Like typically I'll have like athletes of mine like warm up on like a row or bike or something like that. A lot of times I'll get a soccer ball out and we'll do like little drills to warm them up, but I'm not really there to like train them soccer wise. They're training on a pro level. If they want that, I have done skill and agility sessions with them just to keep them sharp. But most of these guys that I'm training, they're on the soccer field, 5, 6, 7 days a week. So
yeah. Someone said, "What's up with that documentary?"
I have no idea. I don't know what documentary he's talking about.
Oh, maybe they're talking to me. I don't know.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Can't wait. Pete, another question. He said, "How important do you think it is for athletes to play multiple sports growing up?"
I'm a little bit different. Like I did that. Like I played baseball, soccer, whatever, basketball for a little bit, but I don't know. I just excelled in soccer. I think it's important for like the social aspect of things, but like these kids that are going pro now, that most of them, especially in soccer, it's different. I mean, soccer is like such a high level skill. People don't realize how much skill is involved. So like, you got to really like, you don't see these professional golfers like, I played baseball and basketball. They were at the golf course every day. If you want to be really, really good, you have to really hone in and be, in the top percentage, So, I mean, if I had a kid, if I had a kid and they were really good at soccer or football, I would probably gear them to just doing that, and if like as a break or something like social, I would let them play another sport, but their main focus would be whatever sport they're at,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, you are the godfather, man. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, soccer, it's like you get signed at 14, so like pro.
And that's the thing. Like, it's crazy. Like, people they scout. Like if they hear there's a good player that's 10 years old, they'll come to games. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah. What about
like
tell me a little bit like about your recruiting process and what were your final schools?
All right, so my recruiting I was lucky. I committed to BC my junior year, but one of the reasons I went to Boston College is because I had a bunch of my current like club players and my best friend was going there. So they kind of like recruited us as like a package. They're like, listen, we're like rebuilding. They were in the Big East the year before I come. They were transitioning to ACC, so they got more money. And they were like, all right, we want, like, we were the biggest recruiting class. And we had national team players. We had a bunch of the top recruits in the country. So one of my club coaches got signed to be the assistant coach there. And he's like, listen, like, we're going to be good. And like, you're going to be on TV. You're going to be competing at a high level. You're playing in the best conference in the country. It's kind of like a sell for me. BC is also awesome because I'm from Jersey. So my family was able to go. My friends were able to come up to games and stuff like that. But other schools I was looking at Georgetown. I went on official visits to UNC, Chapel Hill. I went to Wake Forest. I didn't really look that much. I mean, I considered some other smaller schools. Monmouth University wanted me bad, but it's just too close to home. It's right around the corner. I need to get away a little bit. The recruiting process is when you're at that like my club team, everybody on my club team, all 11 starters played Division I soccer. Everybody else, like the next 6, we had 18-man roster, all played in college. Like our 18th best player was the Division III Player of the Year one year. So like I was playing on a team where we were getting college scouts coming like every game. So it was easier for me because I was in that situation. If I was like on a team that didn't have good players, it would be it would be tougher. And I can't imagine
Yeah.
You see these parents like sending videos and stuff like that. It was easier for me because I was stuck in a pool of awesome players, so I was constantly being seen.
So yeah, I think that's the mistake these younger kids make is they want to get all the sport points and like score the goals and stuff, but it's just like if you're on a good team, like
Yeah, no, that's the thing, and I think one of the reasons, I got to, play at BC and stuff like that. Like, I never felt like I was like the best player. I always would, show up to games. I'm like, oh, am I gonna start? Am I gonna start in this game? Like, I always was gonna be a starter. Looking back now, but like, I always was fighting to like constantly, be in that like top, 4 or 5 players on that team. Like, I never thought like there's the coach could have benched me at any time, I felt like, but that wasn't the case. That just made me work hard. A lot of these kids, they want to score 30, they get in a basketball game and they want to like, show off. That's like kind of like a way of like deterring themselves from getting recruited. I feel like, you're going to be put in a pool. Like the first time I went to practice at Boston College, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm not the fastest anymore. I'm not the most technical. I'm not the strongest. Like, how am I going to stand out? It was like, it was tough. So,
yeah, I don't know. Have you been watching the MJ documentary?
yeah, that's awesome, man.
So I think I'm saying like comparing it to like the Dennis Rodman thing. Like I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping that it shows kids like you could just go get rebounds and you could still be an all-star and go to the Hall of Fame. I mean, he went to the Hall of Fame.
I know that's crazy. Where he had like 30 rebounds and no points. It's like there's like that doesn't happen nowadays. It's like
yeah.
I mean, and the thing about it, and I think the coolest thing about that documentary too, even like Jordan, like when he first got there, like he just worked hard. Like he didn't like think he was the best. Like Rodman, every time you see him, like when they're interviewing him, he's like working out. It's like these guys aren't like just rolling out of bed and getting 30 rebounds. It's hard work, and I think we kind of lost that. There's too many parents in these kids' ears and stuff. Telling them that they're good. You just got to prove it.
Yeah, and then tell me who you played with and like where are they now?
I play with a bunch of guys that play What's up?
They dropped the big names.
Well, I mean, Alejandro Bedoya, he's the captain of the Philadelphia Union. That's a good friend of mine. I played at Boston College with him. He's still currently playing the MLS. Jamie Franks, he was playing in the USL. He's actually the head coach of University of Denver. Completely turned that program around. They made the Final Four last year, I believe. Charlie Davies, he played professionally in Sweden and France. Played for DC United. Good friend of mine. He's you can see him on NBC Sports. All right, sometimes he's. Yeah, I think he's a broadcaster on NBC Sports. I think. I played with Ruben Ayarna. He currently plays for Gaius in Sweden. He's a Ghanaian player. He plays for the Ghanaian national team.
Like, is it crazy? Guys that you play still playing with are still like playing pro, like 10 years.
You know what the crazy thing is like that. Yeah, I mean, and the craziest thing for me is like Bedoya is so good, but like there are so many players on our team that were like they were arguably better at some things. He just found a way to like make a career out of it. Like he played for the U.S. national team, so he's in the top percentile in the MLS. So it's like, what's the difference? Like how do you like get yourself? He's killing it. It's crazy. But there's so many kids that were on my team. Like, I'm getting married in next month. Like guys in my wedding party, like they were so good and they just never played pro. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
So
what was it like winning the ACC championship?
That was crazy. We see the cool story about me is like when I got to Boston College, we were like 1 and like 9 in our conference, and then my sophomore year we were like 3 and 6, and then my junior year when we were that whole recruiting class that I talked about, once we got to like being the head honchos there and training with each other and building that camaraderie, we were undefeated in the ACC. We beat Wake Forest twice. We weren't ranked number 1 in the country until we beat Wake Forest in the ACC championship game. But like they wouldn't give us a high ranking. We were always like, 11, 10, finally jumped in the top 10, and we were beating like, UVA, number 3 in the country. We were like the underdogs, and we were just like a good team. I think we weren't like the best team. Like we didn't have the best players, but we just came together. We had 14 guys that could start each game. That made like a competitive atmosphere in the in training and stuff like that. And we were just good. I mean, they say winning the ACC championships like harder than the NCAA tournament, just because how many teams are ranked in the top 10 there. It's kind of like similar to basketball for soccer. Yeah, I got the ring.
All right, good. Yeah, no, I had someone on the other day, and they won like the Big East championship in I think like 1990, I think. And he said his car caught on fire, and he doesn't have it
No
anymore.
way, he lost the ring.
Yeah. What about why'd you wear number 7?
David Beckham was like always an inspiration to me. I mean, when I was younger, I was like lucky. We went over and trained with Manchester United, and it's funny. Like the first team was training there. So after our training session, like we stood there like, we got David Beckham here. We got Paul Scholes, Van Nistelrooy, like these top guys. That's when they were like winning the treble and stuff like that. And all those guys like stopped and like hung out with us for a little bit. And like I remember Beckham, like he was like a superstar, like just took the time to like chill with us and like juggle the ball with us, like joke around. It was like he wasn't famous. It was crazy. So I respect like him. And like once I met him, I'm like, the tabloids and stuff, they make him out to be like this pretty boy, but this dude's like a hard worker. He cares about the youth. And so that's kind of how I fell in love with number 7. That's why I chose it.
That's crazy. So you basically met all the players you could meet.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I should have brought. I got the ring and a picture of me and Beckham back in the day. I should have brought it on here.
Send it to me after, and I'll throw it up.
Yeah. Well,
that's funny. Yeah, because I remember last night I was asking you about Freddie Adu, and then you were like, "Yeah, I played with him too, or played versus him, or whatever."
Well, that's the craziest thing. Like I played against so many kids. Like I'll bring my fiance to a game. I'm like, there's these guys like, she's like, she's like, oh my God, his face is on the side of the stadium. I'm like, yeah, I played with that guy. Like it's crazy. Like I played against Dax McCarty. He was, Dax. He was with the Red Bull or DC United, all over Red Bull. I think he was the captain of Red Bull recently, but just traded. But these guys it's crazy. After I went to go see Alejandro one game, my fiance and I went to hang out with him. We went to go watch the McGregor fight at Maurice Adu's house. He's on NBC Sports.
I was just talking about.
Yeah, and so we walk in and like Josie Altidore there, Charlie Davies is there, Alejandro's there. I'm like, Gab, you don't understand. These guys are like the real deal. Like they walk down the street, they're getting like stopped. It's like, so it was funny.
Shots with them.
What's up?
I said she was trying to take shots.
Yeah, Gab was like, "Oh, can I get like a drink?" They're like, "Yeah, whatever you want." Like,
all right, I got some fun questions, then I'll let you go.
What's up?
I got some fun questions for you, then I'll let you go.
All right, let's do it.
All right, when you make cereal, do you put the milk in first or the cereal in first?
I put the milk in first. You got to keep it crunchy. You got to keep it crunchy, bro. That's it.
God.
Or you know what I do? You know what I'll do? Listen, this is a different way to do this. All right, what I would do is I would put the milk in and then a little bit of cereal just to get that, get a little base, and then when I'm ready to go for it, I dump it a lot on top.
All right, what about this one? I never noticed it until somebody brought it up to me, but do you like, is your toilet paper like under or like over?
Oh, it's got to be over. It's got to be over. Yeah, my fiance is actually cleaning the house right now, and she was like, she just screamed, "Oh, we fight about that all the time right now." Gab, it better be over.
That's hilarious.
She likes it under. I'm like, yo.
All right, last one.
What's up, Kyle?
If you could do you can do jersey exchange with any soccer player in the world, who would you do it with?
If I could do what?
A jersey exchange. Switch jerseys.
Oh, any soccer player. Oh, that's crazy. I would probably do Messi. I mean, I like Lionel Messi. He's got a crazy story. I mean, he's loyal to his club. I don't know. I look up to him. He's just attacking center mid. But at the same time, if I could do a jersey exchange, and I mean, like Bedoya would be cool. Like I don't know. He's a good friend of mine. So, but Messi, Messi's the man. I mean, that guy's insane. I'm a Messi fan over Ronaldo, but Messi,
Oh,
bro.
what about who do you think's like the GOAT of soccer?
The GOAT of soccer. I mean, there's so many good guys. Like I would go back to like.
You know how like everyone's always like LeBron, Kobe, like Jordan, like in basketball.
I mean, I think we're living in an like currently playing or like great all time, like GOAT is greatest of all time. I mean,
yeah. So I'm saying like, I feel like I guess basketball it's the biggest, but maybe in baseball a little too. But I feel like in soccer, no one ever really says it or like compares them.
I mean, I think the argument we're living in an era now. It's like Messi and
Ronaldo.
It's like that's a great. I mean, we're not going to see a duo like that again. I mean, like we have young kids like that kid Mbappe. Plays for PSG. That kid is. I mean, he's going to be the real deal. Like he'll win a whatever the Ballon or whatever the award is for the greatest player in the world. But I don't know. But you can look back. It's different eras, different times. So like Pele, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. Those guys were like they were like the LeBron James of the league at that time. But
yeah,
it's crazy. Even like what in my job, like like fitness, it's like the records that were like for Olympic lifting, the records for 10 years ago are like women are lifting that now for the men. It's like crazy. Like I feel like sports evolved so much. That's why like the MJ, the MJ LeBron thing. You can't like. It's just different now.
Yeah, that's why it's like all the stats and stuff. It's like, all right, well, say like they always say like Bill Russell or something like, well, all the players aren't as tall as him, like as they are now, or stuff like that. Like he was just like a giant, stuff like that. It's just like stuff that you'll never, like you just said, you never be able to compare.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah,
this is pretty funny. People are freaking out about the milk thing.
Yeah, I told you. Well, it was funny because Renee Montgomery was in here, and she always puts the milk in first. That's why I always ask the question. So you agreed with her, so I'm sure she's happy about that.
Yo, I mean, you gotta. It depends with cereal too, man. I mean, it needs to be soggy. Some, I like Frosted Flakes, so they need to be frosty. You know what I'm saying?
I know you. Well, what about what's your give me your top. It seems like you're a cereal guy, so give me your top 5 favorite cereals.
Top 5. PR, I see you on there. You'll try it. Listen, don't knock it until you try it. Milk first. All right, I'm gonna go Frosted Flakes.
I still want to like soaking it a little though. I gotta like soak it,
Okay? This is the thing though. Like, I'm not eating one bowl of cereal. Like, these people say, like, you act like I only have a handful of cereal. If I'm gonna have cereal, I need to have a box. Like, I have a half a box. Like you just keep pouring it in. It's like these people act like I only got a handful to put in. If I had only a handful, maybe I would put it in first and then eat it. But let's go back to the top. We'll do Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. All right.
Yes.
We'll do Lucky Charms, but I only kind of like the marshmallows in those.
Have them like that.
Frosted Mini Wheats and Smacks. Nobody knows about Smacks.
I know about Smacks. I remember.
You know about Smacks?
There used to be like the variety pack with the little ones.
And yeah.
They used to come in them. Yeah.
The boxes. Yeah.
I'm an Apple guy too.
You're what?
Apple Jacks.
Yo, that would be 6. Apple Jacks.
Yo, fire. Look, Smacks fire. Yo, everyone loves cereal talk. Maybe I'll just start another podcast and I'll just get people on going talking about cereals all day.
Yeah, you should, man.
All right.
Yo, we got.
What's up?
Go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
No, I was saying we should have mentioned the Benedict's connection. We got J.R. Smith, we got Lance Thomas, all those guys too.
Okay.
We got to try to get them on the show here.
Oh, I don't think I sent it to you. Todd Frazier was on live a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about, not on my live, I wish, but he was talking about when he played J.R. Smith in high school, and he was like, "Coach, I got him today." He was like, they were like, "Todd, you're not good at defending." He's like, "Nah, I got him today." And they were like, "All right." So he was like, first half, held him to 13 points. He's like, "Yo, guess how much he finished with?" It was like 58. He's like, "Yeah, he cooked me after that."
That's crazy. You know the one thing I do want to bring up before we get off here is, like, people don't realize, like, J.R. Smith, like, the media portrays him a certain way. I can't tell you, like, I used to live at Benedict's training, and, like, we would split up the gym. You know, we'd go to the gym at like 8 p.m. We'd split up the gym, soccer and basketball. And I'm telling you, he would be the one that would be there the latest, shooting threes. Like, he used to just, like, he would just shoot all night and work on his craft. And, like, that kid worked, like, his ass off to get where he's at. And, like, I mean, that's why he's the player he became. But, like, it's just crazy how much work these people put in. And people think it's like you can just show up and be good at something. It's crazy.
What grade? Yeah, how many years apart are you guys?
He was a year older than me, JR.
Okay.
And then Lance Thomas was in my class.
Gotcha. Did he have his shirt on?
He did. He did have his shirt on. No, that dude doesn't wear his shirt, Kenny. You know that. He didn't have as many tattoos back then, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and yeah, send me that Beckham picture, and I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. No, I appreciate everybody that's listening on here, and if you voted for me during that little competition, I appreciate it. Paul, you're always good to me. Guys, make sure if you don't follow PG Sports, make sure you follow PG Sports. I know some of my friends are on here, so. Peace, guys. Thanks for listening.